Good afternoon, class. Before we start our lesson for today, may I request Mr. Babia to lead an opening prayer. In the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen. Okay, thank you, Mr. Babia. Okay, once again, good afternoon. So for our attendance, may I ask our class beadle, Miss Abuso, who are absent today? Okay, thank you so much, Miss Abuso. Okay, class, let's have a review first. So kindly raise your hand if you want to answer. So, who can sum up what was our last discussion all about? Okay, Mr. Tagutungan? Okay, that's good. Thank you so much, Mr. Tagutungan. Yes, we have discussed the 12 principles of instructed second language learning. So it is by Ruud Ellis. So Ruud Ellis wants to help teachers use methods that match how students naturally learn language. So this way, learning becomes better and students improve their language skills more easily. Okay, class, kindly get 1 sheet of paper and kindly write down what comes into your mind when you hear the word or when you hear teaching learning strategies. Okay, are you done? So, may I hear from Miss Sabuero? So, what comes into your mind when you hear teaching learning strategies or strategy? Okay, thank you, Miss Sabero. So, when you hear the word teaching learning strategy, Miss Sabero stated that it is a strategy that the teacher employ in teaching the students. Right, Miss Sabero? Okay, thank you. Okay, our topic for today is key concepts of teaching and learning strategy. Okay, class, let me introduce to you our learning objectives. So at the end of the lesson, the learners must be able to identify key concepts of teaching and learning strategies, distinguish the strategy based on the scenario given, and create a lesson outline utilizing the different strategies. So you will be divided into 5 groups and start counting 1 to 5 starting from the back. Okay, go to your group silently. So, okay, with your group, conduct a brainstorming on how you want to be taught. So, you will be given 3 minutes for conduct a brainstorming on how you want to be taught. So, you will be given 3 minutes for preparation and 2 minutes for acting it out in front. Okay, that's clear? Okay, start. The time starts now. Okay, group 1, please come here in front. And your time starts now. So group 1 demonstrates that they learn best if they engage in collaborative work. So let's clap our hands for group 1. Excellent, group 1. Okay, group 2, please proceed here in front and your time starts now. Okay, group 2 demonstrates that they want to be taught using different diagrams, charts, color maps. So in short, they are visual learners. So very good, group 2. Let's clap our hands for group 2. Okay, group 3, come here in front and your time starts now. Okay, group 3 shows that they learn best if they're going to study at home. So this shows that Isa is watching a video lecture at home, and after that, she is ready to take a quiz during their class time. So let's clap our hands for group 3. Okay, group 4, come here in front and your time starts now. Okay, group 4, please proceed here in front and your time starts now. Okay, thank you so much, group 4. So group 4 shows that they learn best if their teacher start by breaking down the task into smaller steps such as brainstorming ideas, outlining the structure, and drafting paragraphs. So they want that the teacher could provide templates, examples, and feedback to them to help them progress through each step until they can independently conduct the task or make the task. So, okay, thank you so much, Group 4, and let's clap our hands for Group 4. So, Group 5, kindly proceed here in front and your timer starts now. So, thank you so much, Group 5. So, the Group 5 loves to be taught using activities that enables them to move instead of just sitting and listening to a lecture. So, they are kinesthetic learners. So that's great, Group 5. Let's clap our hands for Group 5. Thank you so much for your cooperation. Okay, class, I have here a question. So what do you think is the importance of identifying students' preferences in learning? Do you have any idea, Mrs. Parchenicha? Okay, that's right. So identifying students' preferences for how they learn is important because it helps teachers understand the best ways to teach them. So when teachers know if a students learn better by listening, seeing, or doing, they can tailor their lessons to match those preferences. So this makes learning easier and more enjoyable for students and helping them succeed in school. And also, what do you think will happen if the teachers lacks in identifying students' preferences of learning? So do you have any idea, Miss Boris? Yes, that's right. So if a teacher doesn't identify students' preferences for learning, they might miss opportunities to engage all learners effectively. So some students might feel bored or disengaged if the teaching methods don't match their preferred learning styles. Others might struggle to understand or retain information because it's not presented in a way that they want or they preferred. So, teaching and learning strategies act as keys because they unlock various pathways for students to access and comprehend knowledge. So, by employing effective strategies, of the teachers, educators can cater to diverse learning styles, making learning more accessible and engaging for students. So did you understand, class? Okay, that's good to hear.
Okay, class, let's have another activity. With the same group, you will be given 3 teaching and learning strategies, and each group will have a research about those strategies assigned to them. And you will be given manila paper and pentel pen. And also, you'll be given 6 minutes to research and 2 minutes to present your answer in our class. Okay, for group 1, these are the strategies that you are going to research. This is for group 2 and for group 3, and also this is for group 4 and for group 5. Okay, class, time's up. May I ask group 1 to present your research or your answers on the class? Okay, let's clap our hands for group 1. So, when we say auditory strategies, these are techniques or methods that emphasize the use of auditory input such as listening, speaking, and music to enhance learning and comprehension of your students. So for example, a language teacher plays recordings of native speakers for students to mimic pronunciation, intonation, improving their listening and speaking skills. On the other hand, cooperative learning, so this approach involves students working together in groups to achieve common goals, fostering teamwork, communication, and mutual support. So with the use of these strategies, students will be able to collaborate with their classmates. Moreover, distributed practice, this refers to spacing out study sessions over time rather than cramming, which enhances long-term retention and understanding of material. So for example, a student reviews vocabulary for their language exam over several weeks, spending a short amount of time in each day studying instead of cramming the night before. So these strategies allow students to study ahead of time so that they will be able to answer their exams or quizzes. Okay, next, may I ask Group 2 to present their answers? Okay, thank you Group 2 for your informative discussion. And when we say dual coding theory, so this theory suggests that combining verbal and visual information can enhance learning and memory by creating multiple pathways for encoding and retrieving information. So for example, a history teacher uses both text and images in their lectures, showing maps and diagrams alongside explanations to help students grasp complex historical events. So because our students have different learning styles, so there are some students who prefer through visual or images, and also through reading, and also through text. And for elaboration, this involves expanding on new information by relating it to existing knowledge, providing examples, or making connections which promotes deeper understanding and retention. So this strategy allows students to connect their prior knowledge to their current knowledge. Next is flipped classroom. So in this model, traditional lecture and homework elements of a lesson are reversed, with students watching instructional videos or reading material at home and engaging in hands-on activities or discussions in class. Okay, thank you so much Group 2. So may I ask Group 3 to present their research. So thank you Group 3. Let's clap our hands for Group 3. So yes, you are right Group 3. Formative assessment is an ongoing assessment provide feedback during the learning process to guide instruction and improve students' understanding rather than simply assigning grades. So I know that we are all familiar with this strategy because it's done before and during the teaching and learning process, where our teacher will able to provide us feedbacks for us to enhance our mistakes. Okay, next is inquiry-based learning. So inquiry-based learning is students explore topics through questioning, investigation, and discovery, promoting critical thinking, problem solving, and deeper understanding. So this strategy allow learners to use their critical thinking, problem solving in a certain situation or in a certain topic. So next is scaffolding. So this instructional technique involves providing temporary support, guidance, and structure to help students master new concepts or tasks, gradually removing assistance as they gain proficiency. So for example, your students need to learn how to write letter A. So you will just guide him or her to how to write letter A, and after that, let him or her do it in their own so that they will be able to learn it. Okay, kinesthetic learning. So this approach involves physical activities, movement, and hands-on experiences to engage learners and reinforce understanding through bodily sensations. So these strategies, you allow your students to move, to go outside, or to do some performances So next is reading and writing. So these foundational skills involve decoding written language and encoding thoughts and ideas into written form, essential for communication and learning across all subjects. So reading and writing is you allow your students to read it and understand it so that they'll be able to write, for example, a reflection or a reaction paper about those given texts. So next is think, pair, share. So this collaborative learning technique involves students individually reflecting a question or prompt, then discussing their thoughts with a partner before sharing with whole class. So, universal design for learning. So, this framework promotes designing curriculum and instruction to accommodate the diverse needs and preferences of all learners using multiple means of presentation, expression, and engagement. So, for example, a teacher provides multiple options for demonstrating understanding of a concept, allowing students to choose between writing and essay, creating a presentation, or making a video. So, when we say also about visual strategies, so these methods utilize visual aids such as diagrams, charts, maps, and graphs to enhance understanding and retention of information for learners to benefit from visuals. So, as what I have said earlier, students are diverse and they have different learning styles. So, there are some learners who learn more if they read a text and also if they move. And students will learn better on what was being discussed by a teacher.
Okay, class, work this by pair and create a lesson outline incorporating minimum of 3 strategies that we have discussed earlier. Just follow the given format. I will give you 5 minutes to answer. Okay, class, thumbs up. Pass your paper in front of you. Okay, let's move on to another activity. Kindly get 1/4 sheet of paper and identify what teaching and learning strategy the scenario is presented. I will give you 5 minutes to answer. Okay, time's up. Pass your paper in front of you. Okay, and for your assignment, make a reflection about the essence of selecting best teaching and learning strategies in the classroom. Maximum of 250 words. And pass your paper next meeting.